Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94 here. Don't worry about my microphone being like this. I'm dealing with some technical issues right now. My microphone at the moment. Oh man, don't worry about that shit. Don't worry about it. Mind your business. That's all. Mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business.
Mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business.
But anyways, though, we are here to react to Soft Drink TV, College Hoops 2K7. Hey man, you had some fun times on this one, man. Do I think it's better than the EA college basketball games around this time? Nah. Them EA college basketball games, they had a little bit more fun to them, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. But these were good, though. I ain't gonna never sit up here and say these weren't good. These were some good ass game, good gameplay overall. This and 2K8 were probably some of the best as far as like basketball from like a gameplay perspective, but like overall fun. I just have more fun with the EA versions of the college basketball games. But yeah, anyways, though, without further ado, let's get right into this.
I miss college basketball games. I think we all do. For the longest
time.
Why
are we doing this? I'm finna.
It seemed like college sports games themselves were gone for good.
So I'm finna.
But then EA brought back college
football. Cut my microphone off for a little bit.
Then they announced their own college basketball game, just to cancel it as soon as 2K said they'd be making one too. But hey, we're eventually getting a new 2K College Hoops game, or at the very least, a 2K College Hoops experience. But back in the 2000s, we used to get a new college basketball game every year. Multiple college basketball games every year. EA and 2K were battling for market share, and it was a good time to be into sports gaming. Like with their NBA titles, 2K and EA made their games differently. 2K was more focused on delivering realistic sim gameplay and an in-depth dynasty mode, while EA focused more on making gameplay more arcade-leaning with an emphasis on it being easy to pick up and play, along with broadcast quality presentation. In 2006, the end result of this was NCAA March Madness 07 competing against College Hoops 2K7. March Madness 07 was a good game, and it's even more impressive today. In its Dynasty mode, you could actually upgrade your school's facilities and upgrade your practice gym, weight room, study hall, and more, but I'll save that for another video. College Hoops 2K7, on the other hand, with Duke sniper JJ Redick on the cover, was a different beast altogether. Many consider College Hoops 2K8 to be the greatest college basketball video game ever made. I am one of those people. But 2K7 is really close, and it deserves more credit for building up 2K8's foundation. This was the first college basketball game to hit the PlayStation 3 and the second on the Xbox 360, and it took serious steps forward from the somewhat disappointing 2K6. It surprises me when replaying this game, because college...
All right, mic testing 1 2 1 2. Mic testing 1 2 1 2. All right, we back on. All right, just had to make sure it still worked.
Hoops wasn't that big of a seller compared to 2K's other sports games, and they had tight competition with EA. And yet, despite that, 2K went extraordinarily hard developing this gem of a game. College Hoops 2K8 deserves all the credit in the world.
Yeah, this was like the more complete version of 2K7. But that's not to take away from 2K7, but this is a way better complete version of College Hoops. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. This was a complete version of it. Like, this was such a good ass game, bro. From a college perspective, bro. This was a really good game.
But 2K7 deserves arguably even more for getting this series to such a great place. Nearly everything you hear people praise about 2K8 was first introduced in 2K7. 2K8 is remembered the most because it was 2K's last College Hoops game, but 2K7 is easily the most underrated College Hoops game of all time. It's also a lot cheaper to pick up today. Let's go over exactly what made 2K7 so special. If you played NBA 2K7, a lot of this is going to feel familiar. College Hoops 2K7 shares the same engine, but the little differences between college ball and the NBA are what makes the gameplay feel unique. Teams play wildly different styles, mostly sticking to their real-life tendencies, so you have to adapt. Knowing when to apply pressure on defense, how to break a full court press, and when to slow it down and work the ball around a zone defense actually matters here. You can't just hold turbo and drive to the basket, which was a lot easier to do in EA's March Madness games. There's actual strategy in 2K's gameplay. If you lose, there's a good reason why. Maybe you didn't move the ball well enough. Maybe you didn't take an open shot when it was there. Maybe you didn't hit your free throws. Maybe your defense was just giving up too many easy transition baskets. It forces you to think about your strategy. Now, 2K6 on the Xbox 360 was a disappointment, as I mentioned earlier. It was basically the PS2 and original Xbox version of the game with slightly better graphics, which was 2K's general strategy for next-gen consoles at that time.
That was NBA 2K6 as well. NBA 2K6 had the same thing. It was just a port. Like, let's be for real. NBA 2K6 and College Hoop 2K6, both of them were just PS2 ports with updated graphics. They really didn't improve on the engine until 2K. I really want to say they didn't really improve on it until like 2K8, 2K9. Like, really around 2K9 was when they perfected the engine that they were building. They perfected it, but then they enhanced it when they got to like 2K11. Once they got to 2K11, they super fucking enhanced it. And the gameplay became super better once they got to 2K11 and onward. But I digress.
I actually talked to Ian Cummings, a former creative director for Madden during this era, about this. And at the time, EA had the more initially exciting approach of rebuilding everything from the ground up for next gen, but that ended up being a massive mistake. 2K went the boring route of building upon their existing foundation, and while that made 2K6 feel underwhelming, by the time 2K7 came along, 2K had easily surpassed EA in terms of depth and gameplay. 2K7's gameplay is just so much better than 2K6's. You're not seeing a lot of sliding into animations or skating around like you would even in modern 2K games. It's a bit less polished, of course, in terms of animation variety, but it feels and looks more physics-based, which I prefer. Obviously, modern 2K gameplay has evolved in many areas, but in a lot of ways, I just prefer how this game feels. There's a big difference between the talent levels of teams in college basketball, and 2K nails that feeling with gameplay. But it doesn't mean a lesser team is automatically getting blown out, because players have a confidence meter that builds as they play, and when it fills up, they can perform above their usual level. This is huge for pulling off upsets and for capturing that real college basketball magic, where some random kid from a mid-major pops off out of nowhere. Then there's the new Team Unity feature. By keeping players on the floor who are meshing well together, your team's unity rises and everyone performs better, which can offset the increase in player fatigue by keeping them out there. When your team is rolling and the crowd is going crazy, you can feel that momentum shifting. And that's when the game is at its best. Unlike 2K8, there wasn't a crowd pulse meter or anything like that, but the core experience is almost the same. And coming from 2K6, it's an incredible advancement. To get the most out of this game, you need to play Legacy Mode, which is the franchise or Dynasty mode in these college hoops games. This mode lets you control nearly every aspect of a college basketball program, and the depth here is ridiculous for a game that came out in 2006. College Hoops 2K7 is deep as hell. There are two ways to play it. Career Legacy lets you pick from a pool of smaller programs where you need to build a track record before bigger, more prestigious schools call you with offers. You're grinding, you're building something from nothing, and when that first school calls, it hits different.
I do plan on doing a college basketball series pretty soon, because I do have it on my PS3. I do have a bunch of games on my PS3 because for those of y'all that don't know, I jailbroke my PS3, so I got plenty of games on here. It's just I gotta like I said, this Elgato, man, this Elgato take hey, this an old ass Elgato too. Hold on, this the old Elgato. This like one of the first ones. You feel me? So and the PS3, if y'all don't know, they got some HD copyright protection on it, so it's kind of like you got to work around it. You got to work around it in order to get the footage on the fucking thing, or else they gonna block it. So it's kind of a complicated system, but I need this in order to record footage off my PS3. And the cord that I need right now, I don't have. So I just ordered it, so it should be coming by Monday. So when it come on Monday, I have it ready to go right then and there. When it come in on Monday, I should be able to upload some footage. But like I said, as of right now, I don't have a cord to record with right now, because I was definitely gonna do it today, but I don't have the cord for it. So yeah. But we're gonna make it work though. We're gonna make it work. Anyway, so back to the video.
The open legacy mode just lets you take over any team in the game right away, but with the bigger programs come bigger expectations, so you need to win and win fast or you're getting fired. Both approaches put you in control of day-to-day operations, recruiting players, hiring coaches, and scheduling your games. You'll spend most of your time recruiting, and it's well done. You're navigating your calendar, delegating which of your coaches is recruiting which player, managing your current roster's morale. It's a juggling act. It's about managing your players and personalities, along with the X's and O's. And that's what makes college coaching so compelling compared to pro sports. For people who prefer the sim side of things, there's a new feature called Hoopcast. Instead of just pressing a button to simulate a game and getting a score, Hoopcast lets you set tendencies, sub players in and out, call timeouts, and keep a closer eye on how the game unfolds without actually playing it on the court. It's not perfect, it's a bit clunky in execution, but the concept is really smart, and it was cool to see how it would evolve in 2K8. The VIP profiles are also here, and if you played ESPN NFL 2K5 or NBA 2K5, you know what this is. It tracks how you play, your tendencies, your habits, and the CPU adjusts to you over time, so you can't just spam the same plays and strategies and expect them to keep working. Every coach has their own unique VIP, and you can even play against your own VIP profile to face an AI version of yourself and your playstyle, which was a staple in these old 2K games. Even outside of Legacy Mode, 2K7 is still packed with depth. You've got quick game, single game rivalry, tournaments, and a full practice mode with drills like fast break, monkey in the middle, dribble and shoot and knockout. These drills are so fun and not seen in modern NBA 2K. They remind me of NHL 2K5's minigames. Coach mode lets you not only set defenses, tendencies, and substitutions, but you actually get to watch the game from a coach's point of view. Just calling plays and managing your team without having to control the players, but you're actually on the court, unlike with Hoopcast. It's well done. My favorite part is you can actually walk and look around. So yeah, you can just be a creep and stare at the cheerleaders the entire game.
Hey yo, brother, my brother. Hell no, we ain't trying to do all that. Hell no. Hell no, we ain't trying to watch no damn cheerleaders. Hell no. You wildin', Chief.
I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit. I like that. What's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
If that's the example you want to set as a coach in charge of a program, great stuff. There are records, rosters, coach profiles, and full playbook customization. You can create a school from scratch, which is something I love doing in these older sports games. It was all in-game too. There was no need to use a clunky website to create your school. The settings go deep with camera angles, sliders, and a ton of gameplay options. For people who actually want to learn the game, there's a solid set of tutorials and control breakdowns that actually teach you how to play. And then there's the chant creator. This is one of my favorite features in any sports game ever. You can have the crowd spell out words, scream entire phrases, even numbers, and there's zero censorship. The whole system is easy to use but has enough depth to mess around with for hours. Imagine a chant creator in a modern sports game, chanting "sell the team" or "refs you suck." I just love this type of shit. The campus store has unlockables, even unlockable balls.
Hey, yo.
There's 2K beats for music and a VIP viewer for checking profiles. It even has mini games.
I like when you like this,
air
Daddy.
hockey and darts like you would see in the older 2K games. The College Hoops Classic is here, the Pontiac Tournament is here, and man, the Pontiac sponsorship throughout this game is such a throwback. I hated as a kid that GM killed off Pontiac, but kept Buick back in 08.
Hey, brother. Buick is a classic, brother. Don't disrespect Buick like that. I feel you on the Pontiac shit, but don't disrespect Buick like that. Don't ever disrespect Buick like that. Boy, those some good ass cars. There's some good ass cars. back in the day, there was some good ass cars. I'm just saying. There was some good ass cars.
Who the hell drives a Buick? There's even a trophy room you can walk around in, like the crib in older 2K games, which is something I actually think about a lot. How does College Football 26 have a simple screen with trophy images for a trophy room for a game released in the big 2025, yet these older games had literal trophy rooms you could walk through? That's de-evolution, my friends. You hate to see it. It's worth noting that this was a different time with the NCAA licensing situation. You had generic numbers and generated names instead of real players, but that was just the reality of college sports games, and honestly, the community always found ways around it with custom rosters. Playing today, I just have the game generate random names for everyone, and I play as if the game takes place today with fictional rosters. Online play was included with quick matches, leagues, and tournaments, although that's obviously no longer a thing. But the offline depth here, I have to emphasize, just like most sports games made by 2K back then, it blows away even what modern sports games are offering, and that's incredible. Presentation is where College Hoops 2K7 goes from a great game to something special. 2K understood that college basketball isn't about just what happens on the court, it's about the atmosphere, the energy, and the culture surrounding it, and they absolutely nailed it. First, just watch this season preview show from Legacy Mode, and tell me this isn't mind-blowing for 2006, considering modern sports games don't even do anything like this. Watch.
Welcome, College Hoops fans, to the 2K Sports Season Preview Show. We're glad to have you along for what's sure to be another outstanding season of College Hoops action. I'm Greg Gumbel, and with me at the anchor desk, my partner Clark Kellogg. We're ready to give you a look ahead to all the ups and downs of the upcoming season, so let's get the ball rolling with the best teams in the nation in the very first Top 25 poll of the season. These are the top 5 teams in College Hoops as we begin the new season. The Florida Gators come in as the number 1 ranked team, followed by Arizona, Syracuse, North.
Yeah, all that's fire and all that. I ain't gonna lie, 2K did that thing with the presentation for sure. Like, this is a goated ass game, bro, from a presentation standpoint.
Thanks for watching our season preview. Enjoy all the College Hoops action to come, everyone.
When you go to a quick game, the screen literally shakes from the sound of the crowd stomping, and the aesthetic is perfect for a college game, chef's kiss. Then when you pick your teams, it shifts to the coach in the locker room and the players running out of the tunnel for the loading screen. The loading screen is part of the presentation. That's an excellent use of a loading screen compared to the usual sports game approach of just showing a progress bar with a static image. Although, to be fair, the EA games back there let you warm up for a loading screen, which might be even cooler. After loading, it cuts to pregame warm-ups and then the game begins. Every little transition is executed in a way that makes you question why modern games feel so much worse in the UI and UX department. The score bug may look dated, but it's well done. Look, the 2K logo even spins around. The graphics look great for the jump to next gen. Court reflections actually show player movement, which is a nice detail. The arena floors are shiny and reflective under the stadium lights. It lacks that dull, flat look you see in modern sports games. And the jerseys actually move and rustle with player movement, because back then jerseys were baggier, which is something I miss and honestly hope college basketball and the NBA returns to.
Nah, Chief, the baggy shorts era, that's over with, bro. I wasn't even like a big fan of the big long basketball shorts. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not a fan of the short shorts either. I don't want my thighs being exposed. But at the same time, I don't mind where shorts is at today, as long as they at least down to the knee area. Don't be showing my thigh. I ain't no hoe. I ain't no hoe, nigga. You don't see me out here on the corner on the straw, nigga. I ain't doing that shit. But nah, you can't bring that back. Yeah. Plus baggy ass jerseys, them shits was heavy, bro.
Because these tight jerseys are getting kind of outdated. We need a new baggy era. That said, compared to EA's March Madness 07, EA did have more reflective hardwood, and the atmosphere is arguably better, but EA's gameplay, player models, and the finer details are much worse upon close inspection, at least to me. Compare the next-gen version of 2K7 to the PS2 version, however, and you can see the leap 2K made. Each school's court has a ton of team-specific detail, and while there might be minor differences from real life, the effort is impressive. The hoops even shake after dunks. Watch the pregame warm-ups for a CPU game at a small school, and notice how different the atmosphere is compared to a game at a powerhouse. The small arenas feel small, the big arenas feel massive. That contrast is something modern sports games constantly miss, as everything starts to feel homogenized as assets are reused to save time and effort. Real coaches like Roy Williams and Kelvin Sampson are on the sidelines, which is a nice touch. There's even a sideline reporter giving updates throughout a game. The mascots hype up the crowd, cheerleaders do their thing, and the crowd itself is involved and natural. When the game is out of reach, they celebrate early. Zoom in on the crowd and you'll notice the variation in movement per crowd member. They're not all doing the same animation, and for 2006, that's impressive as hell. As I showed you earlier, Greg Gumbel and Clark Kellogg host a preseason show covering the top 25 and the best players in the country, and near the end of the season they do a Selection Sunday show that breaks down the NCAA tournament bracket. There's also a weekly show called College Hoops Tonight, where the two recap big games and preview upcoming matchups. Watching these shows is a great way to keep tabs on what's happening outside of your conference. It makes the world feel alive beyond just your team. These shows were something 2K was expanding upon with each release back then, yet today they're afterthoughts. If you've seen the halftime and postgame shows in ESPN NFL 2K5 as well as the SportsCenter weekly wrap-up, this is that same DNA evolved further, and Greg Gumbel's postgame show here is genuinely great, going over highlights and awarding a player of the game, just like Chris Berman did back in the day, all from a virtual studio with a model for Greg. The presentation across the board feels like a natural progression of everything 2K was building across all of their sports titles during this era. College Hoops 2K7 also has over 200 fight songs, and they all sound great. It's not just the big schools either, small schools are represented well, and unlike in modern college sports games, all the schools are here. The commentary is solid, it's not the best we've seen, but I enjoy it despite the repetition. The soundtrack is also really good, featuring a mix of throwback music, some made just for this game, and team fight songs. Overall, presentation here is a massive strength. My only complaint is with menu navigation. Like other 2K games from this era, you pull the menu out with the right stick, and it's just not as natural as other games, but it is responsive and you get used to it. College Hoops 2K8 is always called the greatest of all time, but how does it compare to 2K7? 2K7 is much cheaper and easier to acquire as of the day I uploaded this video, hopefully I don't ruin that. So what exactly are you missing out from with 2K8? ABL Scouting, which is 2K's version of AAU Scouting in Legacy Mode, was new to 2K8. That let you scout high school players and follow their entire careers before they even committed to a school, which really did add a lot to the experience. 2K8 also added a crowd pulse meter, lock-on defense, maximum passing, and a few other small additions, but outside of that, the gameplay, visuals, and depth are very similar. And you can have almost the exact same experience with 2K7. Some people actually prefer 2K7 because of the gameplay. 2K8 has some quirks, like the CPU hitting every single three-pointer against you at higher difficulties, and those issues just aren't present with 2K7. I think 2K8 is the more complete game, but 2K7 is 90% of the way there, and if 2K7 had been the last College Hoops game instead of 2K8, I genuinely believe it would be discussed the exact same way 2K8 is today. Here's the thing about College Hoops 2K7. This game came out for a system that was brand new, for a franchise that wasn't a big seller, against direct competition from EA, and 2K still went above and beyond. The Legacy Mode is deep enough to lose yourself in for months. The presentation captures that college basketball atmosphere in a way no game has since, outside of NCAA Basketball 10 and College Hoops 2K8. The gameplay rewards patience, strategy, and basketball IQ over button mashing, and all the little touches, the chant creator, the shaking screen when you load into a game, the coaches on the sideline, the way the crowd reacts differently at small schools versus powerhouses, all of this adds up to something that feels like it was made by people who genuinely cared. 2K8 gets all the glory, and it deserves the glory, but 2K7 built 2K8. 2K7 made the full jump to both next-gen consoles, and retained the game's depth while expanding upon the presentation and gameplay. Today you can play this on a PS3 or Xbox 360, or you can emulate it on a computer with RPCS3, and you can find it for way cheaper than 2K8 goes for these days. Either way, if you're a college basketball fan, this game deserves your attention. It's not just a stepping stone to 2K8, it's a classic in its own right, and it's criminally underrated. Thanks for watching.
All right. Most definitely. 2K7 was definitely an underrated gem, but it's still not better than 2K8. Let's just keep it real. It's not better than 2K8, but it was underrated gem though for sure. But anyway, so that's just going to about do it for this one. I will see you all in the next video. Till then, bitches.